So this smells like Spice Bomb.
Jesus Christ. How do you know this?
Because I have it.
Hey Forum, my name is Manny, aka CascadeScents, and if you're at all interested in perfumes, colognes, fragrances in general, well, this might be the channel for you. As you see, Lily's back, and we are going to look at some of these winter fragrances that I've been posting about recently. So without further ado, are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
So Lily, if you want to explain, what have you been wearing lately as far as perfumes come this time of the year?
The regular rotation that we've talked about before.
Okay.
Spice Bomb if it's a night out, then otherwise it's the little samples of the lighter, kind of more flowery stuff that I have in my purse. But I will say, one of the my coworkers at work this past year, I always complimented her on her fragrances. I'd say, oh my gosh, what are you wearing, what are you wearing, what are you wearing? And the one that I can remember her telling me was Gucci Bloom. So that might be one of the ones that I get next time I have money to get a fragrance.
Oh, fair play. Yeah, now I'm a fan of Bloom myself personally, so I'm not sure if I would rock that one. It's a little bit too just floral for me, but I think it smells lovely in the air, so that makes sense. So talking about a floral fragrance, and now this one right here, this is our first one. Let me know what you think about that.
Okay, this is definitely a winter fragrance. It's quite powerful. I don't want to say spicy because it smells different from something like Spice Bomb. It smells almost like peppery. It smells good. Maybe there's like some clove or something in there. It smells good. It's a little bit too strong for my taste.
A little too pungent.
Yeah. I also wouldn't want my partner to wear this for the same reason, just because I think it would get to me. But, you know, for a whiff here or there, it's nice.
Okay, out of 10, what will you give that with?
6.5.
All right, interesting, cool. Okay, so the whiff we were talking about is this. It's called Terra by Davina Terra. Now, as far as its performance, which you've lamented on, we're talking the Extrait de Parfum, and that means it is one of the more stronger concentrations as far as perfume. Typically, you'll see on the niche level eau de parfum, if not eau de toilette, but this right here is a little bit extreme.
Yeah.
So the fact that you said it is geared towards winter, you're definitely not wrong. I definitely feel that way about this scent. And it's also characterized by some of that pepperiness like you mentioned, but since it has the word Terra in it, it's supposed to smell kind of like scorched earth, if that makes any sense. This brand in Divina Terra is inspired deeply by vineyards, especially in Tuscany. It's kind of like you going out there getting some of the more arborist scents into your nose and whatnot while you're picking something, being out there in the sun. That's what this is.
Now that you say that, I can see how maybe it could smell almost like some of the more fragrant woods if they're burning. So like almost like a very fragrant campfire.
Okay, kind of like a deep soft wood. Honestly, in love with this stuff, but you gave it a 6.5.
Just because it's so powerful. The smell is nice, but it's too much like a punch to the face for me.
So sometimes performance is a little too much, and it's not for everyone. So there you go. All right, next up, here we go.
Okay, I like this.
Really?
I feel like I smelled this before, maybe even today. I'm pretty sure I haven't smelled this today, but I think I've smelled something similar. No, this smells like a lot of other fragrances. I don't know. It doesn't smell particularly special, but it smells good.
Okay. Could you see yourself rocking that, or maybe your man, or maybe someone else?
I would get this for my man.
Okay. Fascinating. All right. And out of 10?
8.
Ah, okay. All right, so the one you are talking about is this. It's called Ember pour Homme Intense by Prada. So this is a more intense version of the initial Ember pour Homme. And the reason it might smell familiar, believe it or not, is because I used to wear it every day. So there's that. But I am absolutely overjoyed at this more intense version, which I actually never found as pleasant initially, but especially during the winter time, you want something that is going to carry some of that pleasant, soapy, clean vibe, but something a little bit more pungent. That's what this is. I also still think that it is appropriate for the workplace, among other things. It's a nice everyday scent. Yeah, just a really cool, not so unique, yet somewhat distinctive at the same time men's fragrance. All right, moving on. Here we go.
Okay, this smells very, I think vanilla, maybe? Like those vanilla bean candles and soaps at Bath & Body Works. It almost smells like the things that are marketed to smell like cupcake or like whatever. It smells like it's a food scented thing, a vanilla food scented thing.
Okay, interesting, interesting. Do you like that scent though? Would you like it off someone else? Would you prefer your room to smell like that, or maybe yourself?
Yeah, like this is something that I would want to see in a candle. Vanilla is not the first thing that I reach for when I'm looking for scented things. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to put it on my body.
Okay, out of 10 then.
5.
Okay, cool, all right. The perfume we're talking about is this. It's by THoO, and of course they're characterized by these lovely presentations, this egg-like bottle. This one's called What About Pop? And believe it or not, this is supposed to be reminiscent of salted caramel popcorn.
Oh, okay. Okay, so food. I was right.
So it's supposed to smell like something edible verbatim, without a doubt. So when you started saying vanilla, among other things that you could potentially eat, I'm like, yeah, like you're not wrong. But yeah, I mean, it is gourmand scent, as we say in the perfume community, as something that is edible smelling. I personally like the effect that I get off my skin here, where I don't feel like it's as gourmand when it comes to some of the more salted caramel or whipped cream-like elements from this. I feel like I just get more of a straight vanilla, especially towards the end. I think it's quite lovely, but I do enjoy the gimmickry here, which I told the House of Food myself, so I'm a big fan of this for the winter, but you more so reserve for a candle. Mm-hmm. Actually, I think if the House of Food did candles, I would definitely buy them too. Yeah. All right, go.
So this smells like Spice Bomb.
Jesus Christ. How do you know this?
Because I have it. But I've already smelled Spice Bomb, and I don't think that you would give me the same scent twice. But I think the smells just like regular Spice Bomb. Yeah, it smells just like Spice Bomb. But we've done Spice Bomb before, and I don't think that you would give me the same one twice. So, but I'm having a hard time distinguishing how this is different from Spice Bomb. But maybe if I had them side by side, I'd be able to tell the difference.
Okay, now understanding that Spice Bomb is one of your favorites is one thing. However, just by what you get off of that, what would you give it out of 10?
Like 8. I don't know. Maybe it's the paper, but it's not hitting me. It hits differently a little bit.
Fair play.
As the kids say.
So the one we're talking about is this. It's called Spice Bomb Extreme, and here in the Extreme version, it's actually more driven towards vanilla at the end of it. We're talking about the more sweeter base notes. It's less focused on the warm spices that typically characterize that Spice Bomb big opening and just overall rest of the fragrance. So are you going to get something here that is harsher despite the name Extreme? And maybe in previous formulations, yeah, but it's definitely not as aggressive off of my skin personally. But I do find it a little bit cozier and more comforting. And maybe Spice Bomb is something I'd wear to a club. This is something that I'd rather wear to a date, if that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. So that's why I personally am in love with this. But overall, you feel strong about this one?
Yeah.
And last but not least, there you go.
I like this.
Really?
You know when you smell something and you kind of have like a little bit of a memory flashback?
Okay.
I'm thinking that maybe one of my elementary school teachers wore something like this.
Nice throwback scent.
Yeah, no, it smells good. It smells kind of clean. It smells sweet. Like I think it smells pretty feminine. It's good. I don't know if I would wear it. It smells a little bit mature for my taste, but I like it. But it's hard to put my finger on what the notes might be.
Okay.
It's nice though, I like it.
Okay, so it leans mature. Is it unisex? Is it feminine? Overall, is it something that you'd want your partner to wear or maybe someone else? How do you feel about that?
I don't think I'd want my partner wearing it. And yeah, like I said, I think it's still too mature for me. But yeah, I mean, like I wouldn't get mad at this if somebody in my workplace or somebody that I lived with wore this. It's good.
Okay, interesting. And out of 10?
7.
Cool, alrighty. So the one we are speaking of is part of the Alexandria line from a brand called Xerjoff. This is Alexandria III. So this fragrance is a very woody yet aromatic and rosy type scent. So you have some of those sparkly rose absolutes which kind of pop in your nose, but you get a lot of lavender from here too. And I feel like I get more of the woods coming off of my skin as well, as far as soft woods. But overall, I just think this is a nice, like, rich guy scent per se. And if I kind of dressed up in a suit often enough, I feel like I'd be rocking this a lot. But it's something that I personally have a hard time rocking casually. But again, I am a big fan of just rocking that in general.
Rich guy scent, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, for real. Like I don't think that someone wearing that is necessarily going to be just like dressed like us right now per se. There you go. But yeah, this is one of my affordable scents for the winter. It's Alexandria III by Xerjoff. But with that being said, we've come to the end of the video. We have a couple winners here in Amber Pour Homme Intense and Spice Bomb Extreme by Viktor and Rolf. How do you feel about these?
They're quite different. If I had to pick one, I would probably pick this one.
Wow, interesting. Sometimes you don't want to smell someone that's too challenging per se, and maybe just being pleasant is good enough. Like usually it's just like, wow, you just showered. Oh, wow, you smell really nice. And sometimes I do, again, like those comments where they say, I smell nice rather than my perfume smells nice. More often than not, I get that out of something like this. With that being said, that's about it. Again, thank you for your ongoing support. As always, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you, Lily, for pulling up. I appreciate it.
No worries.
And I guess you'll catch us next time. Take care for now. Peace out. Bye. All right, wear your fragrances. Cheers.